In this video, I'm going to talk about custom applications and at what point it makes sense to have a custom application made for your business. I've been working very closely with Larry from Hangman Installations, and Larry does frames for windows, and he just does the carpentry work associated with that and does the shutter installations. And what he needs to do in order to get his shutters created is he needs to create drawings, and he has windows, and he basically has to take a myriad of measurements. Obviously square windows are pretty simple, but when he gets into arched windows, and particularly windows that have odd shaped curves on the top, these measurements can actually get fairly complicated. And to date he's been doing this with paper and pen, and he's looking at using GraphPad in order to do that. And you can see, even this simple example, that it's actually fairly complicated. Now, to help Larry out, what I'm trying to do is steer him towards creating a custom app that actually captures those measurements for him. And the concept is that while there are odd-shaped windows, they're really not that odd. They're actually fairly normal. And what he does is very standard as well. So he would take, for example, in a non-uniform arch, he would take 4 measuring points, the midpoint and 3 additional points plus the side. And he would actually take thicknesses around, but it's very standard. And what he could do is, rather than try and create this drawing, just have a custom app with those measurements pre-allocated, I should say. And then all you have to do is go in and just fill in the measurement. So for example, if it was 5 inches, you put in 5 inches, you would tab to the next field, put in 10 inches, as he specified where he's going to take his measurements, and then put in his calculation or his measurement. So 40, excuse me, hit a bad button there. 40 and 1/4 inch, for example. And he would just go ahead and fill out this information. Now he has a couple advantages. First, he's got the fact that he can do this on the iPad. It's a much more polished product that he's going to be producing. He's not having to redraw things. He can actually send this so that he doesn't have to leave the job site. For example, he wanted to send it to somebody else. He can be at the job site, fill everything out, and send it to who's manufacturing it. And it comes with a much more polished and refined version. Now, there's several benefits that Larry's going to get by creating a custom app for what he does. One is he's going to save a lot of time. So even if he's doing this by hand on a clipboard, it's going to be faster to just type in the numbers. It's going to remind him, hey, I need to have all these measurements for this type of a window. He also has a couple of, shall we say, non-quantifiable advantages. When you work with customers and they see that you're using new technology and that you've got really a polished product and a very polished professional methodology of going about doing things, that's a selling point. And so with GraphPad all along, I've really tried to emphasize that not only are you going to become more efficient, but you will get additional sales just because this technology really speaks well to the fact that you're moving forward, you're cutting customer costs, you're really advancing things. So I strongly believe that with custom apps, even for small sole proprietorships, that it actually does make financial sense. So again, my name is Robert Shawhan, and that's my presentation. Thanks.